What is going on, everybody? It's the What to Do podcast. We got Cole Howe in the building, dude. It's so nice to have you on here, man. Um, I wanted to have you on here like right when we saw the movie, but that movie's blowing up. But how you doing, man?
Good. Always like coming on every now and again, if nothing else, just to hang out for a
Yeah,
bit since we're separated by a few states now. It's nice to just get together and have some time to chat one on one. So
yeah. The
yeah,
the
thanks for making time.
Discord, the Discord has been really fun when we
Yeah.
sit there and watch the fights. Like it. Even though we're not like fully sitting there talking all the time, we're just like sitting there watching fights or like people are leaving the room. And I don't know, it just feels like back in the old days when we were sitting there watching fights together. So
Yeah.
it's always cool.
I have some friends out here that I've met that watch them, but not everyone can always get together in person with kids and everything. So it's nice to not just sit on the couch by myself watching them and
I,
have some buddies to chat with during them.
yeah, I like to say too that you and me are pretty, we can appreciate like trying to find those little things, the openings that the striker's doing, or like in the wrestling, or like, oh, did you see like his hands getting left down? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes when you're like sitting there with casuals and they're just like, why didn't he just punch him in the face there? And you're like, uh, please just
Don't
sit over there,
stop
please.
talking.
um, yeah. So it's been nice to have that for sure. But glad to have you on the pod. And yeah, the first thing we're gonna kind of get into is the Obsession movie and how it's blowing up the movie industry and how it just dethroned
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like it, for me, like when I saw that, and I'm like a Star Wars. I love Star Wars, even when it's bad. Like I'm just that way. The Mandalorian movie, like watching it, I went and watched it with my dad, and it wasn't bad. It's just it is what it is. Like it's just a movie that had action in it, and it's a fun little journey. But there's not like a good storyline. But for it to go up against, people love The Mandalorian, and I just don't think it should have been a movie in theaters, but Obsession just destroyed it.
Well,
Um,
apparently it wasn't going to be a movie in theaters. It was gonna just be another season of the show, but they
yeah,
hadn't made a Star Wars movie in however many years it was. So they approached Jon Favreau and said, "Hey, like we want to make a movie. Just make this into a movie this year." So I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard that it kind of feels like just a season where it's like a little action and then it feels like it would end and then it would just go on to the next thing as
you
if it
know,
was the end
not
of an
knowing
episode.
that, not knowing that, and now thinking about it, it does feel that way.
Yeah,
Like it feels like it's broken up in episodes. Um,
just all spliced together.
and like, in my opinion, if someone were to say like that was a terrible movie, I'd be like, I don't think it was bad. I think it was just more they capitalized on some nostalgia things that
Mhm.
like my dad sitting there like, oh yeah, like I love that like old Star Wars. So like it got him to the movie theaters. For me, like it was just fun to sit there with my dad and watch a Star Wars movie in theaters.
Yeah.
My dad, but but to get into this Obsession movie, like your first thoughts, um, kind of coming out of the movie theaters, and then you and me got to like sit there and kind of talk about it a little bit, but as time has sat with you a little bit, I think now it's been in theaters for 4 weeks now.
Something like
This
that, yeah.
this will be the fourth weekend. What's kind of your thoughts now, like when you let the movie sit with you a little bit?
It only gets better. First off, I always love whenever, you know, when a new horror movie is out, I'll usually text you and say like, "Hey, Mike and I are gonna go see this tonight. I'll let you know my thoughts." And it happened that you happened to be seeing it the same night as us, so, uh, normally we'll send voice chats back to each other that, just go on for 8 or 10 minutes or so, just, talking about what our thoughts were. And,
Yeah.
this one, it seemed like there was, like, so much to talk about that you ended up just calling us so we could just go through
Yeah.
everything. Uh, I I loved it in theaters. I thought it was such a good it's simple, it's nothing crazy, it's just so well executed. I don't wanna, like, talk too much about it because I don't wanna spoil it if
Exactly.
anyone
Yeah. Yeah.
hasn't seen it, but, like we were talking about, the records that it's doing, to me, that's the most impressive thing. Um, so, like, The Mandalorian and Grogu, the budget for it was between 220 and $320,000,000.
That's crazy,
That's
man.
unbelievable amount of money, and it's grossed so far worldwide, uh, Google says 258,000,000. So, it's potentially not even made its money back, and it's been out in theaters for a few weeks now.
Yeah,
And
and it'll
then
probably, and in the end, it will probably
maybe
break
break even.
even and
Yeah.
kind of maybe cut their losses.
But for a Star Wars movie, breaking even is a failure. That
Yes.
is, that's a colossal failure for such a large IP and, such a beloved IP. Um, it's so cool to me when a small studio can come in and take something with such a small intimate budget. This one was 750,000 to make it. And then they,
Yeah.
after a studio bought it, they probably spent 10 or 15 million to,
I think it was 15,
yeah,
15 to
just
20.
for advertising and stuff.
Yeah.
But to make the actual movie, 750,000, and right now it's grossed over $170 million worldwide.
That
It's so cool. I love seeing stuff like that happen.
and I think the last time I watch I don't know if you watch this guy, his name is John Campia. He breaks down like movies or like trailers that are coming out. I think he used to work for AMC, but he works for someone else now, but um he was breaking down that the last time that this happened in this time frame, like this time of year,
Mhm.
because usually like during Christmas, like the Christmas movies will last all the way into January sometimes.
Right.
So like they'll still be earning money. Um, but them making in 3 weeks almost 10, the first week I think it was 50% prop, like they 50% doubled what their profit was,
Right.
like 17 million in the first weekend, and they weren't even in all theaters. So then the next weekend they put it in all theaters. They're going up against Grogu, and that weekend I think they earned 30 mil that next weekend. So it was like, wow,
They kept growing.
they kept growing. So
Yeah.
then he was breaking it down, and he said the last time this happened was E.T. Like
Right. The
E.T.
Steven Spielberg movie.
Steven Spielberg movie, and like probably in some people have that movie in their top 5. Like
Mhm.
people love that movie. So Obsession, I think it's so light to say like, oh, it's cool what it did. Like no, 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 like that it should it might change the way that people need to start marketing their movies, or
Yeah.
even also like Masters of the Universe. Like I look at that movie and I just see green screen.
Yeah.
When me, I'm like, go make a cartoon. Go make an updated cartoon, and I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
Everything doesn't need to be live action. Moana, we're gonna do a live action? No, I don't want to see it. I don't. Um, and what does it do? All it does is get people into the movie theaters, and they go, "Oh yeah, that they didn't do this from the cartoon." You
Yeah.
know,
The thing is that I don't think it is getting people into the movie theaters because most of these studios, like, they're not making their money back in a significant way, at least. They're not blowing up and, tripling their budget, or in this case, doing 170 times their budget. Uh,
it's toy sales. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
that's what it comes
absolutely.
down to. Like Grogu, yeah, they didn't earn in the movie theater, but
They'll earn
the
by selling merchandise.
plushies and merchandise for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Um, but to put it lightly, that this is historical, like this is something that, and I advise anybody that loves horror, like go watch this movie in theaters while it's in theaters,
mhm,
because I'm we were in the recliners, so we were reclined up where it was nice. My recliner was down like right when he broke his thing, I was like, okay, I gotta sit up
You
for this,
gotta
dude.
you
Like,
gotta lock in.
like the first night that he was with her, I was like, okay, this is not looking like this is getting crazy.
Yeah.
So it just, I advise anybody, if you love horror, go see it in theaters. It has that feel of just so intense. The quiet, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like A Quiet Place, like that. It had a feeling when you're sitting there watching in the movie theater, like, wow, like no one's talking,
Yeah.
and there's so many secondhand embarrassment moments in this movie that you're just going to be like, oh my goodness, like I don't know what I would do in this situation. Um, but I think it also touches an audience that, I mean, who hasn't had problem with dating? Like, oh, like I'm like, oh, I really like this person, but I don't want to tell them yet. And like, and if you could give that wish to someone to be like, yeah, just wish them and they'll love you forever, you know? I just think it's something for the younger crowd, and it's something for an older crowd that can really appreciate it. It does horror so well. There's practical effects. I don't even know if you saw some of the practical
Have you
effects.
the makeup on her
Yeah.
face? It's all just, contour and shadows that they did, and in the theater, like, watching the scene where, she's standing in the corner, it it looks like a different person, and
Yes.
then you see the picture, and it's just simple, small visual effects. Uh, I love that it's bringing passion back into the industry, and I think that these overinflated budgets have taken the passion out of the industry. Just because, they spend all the money on CGI, they don't get creative with how they're gonna achieve this look or anything. They just, toss it in the computer, spend the money, do whatever, and,
Yeah.
let's make a movie. There's no I really think passion is the word for it. The smaller budget movies seem to be really doing that much better than these large budget movies.
Well, even what you see with like anime, like
Mhm.
I think you're gonna see a lot of more anime movies, because you can, when you went and seen Demon Slayer in the theater, like you could feel the passion and the love in that movie
Mhm.
with them just making that movie look so beautiful. Um, but this Curry Barker, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but I
Yeah,
think it's
that's right.
Curry Barker. Um, he's, people are saying he's a YouTuber, but no, he's a film guy. He just did like sketches, funny things. Um, but I don't know. Let the passion, let the artist be artist. Don't let these execs come in and tell you how to do this and that.
Mhm.
You need to make your movie this way. You need to not make your movie this way. No, let the artist be the artist, and it it just shows those two guys that have done. I don't know the other guy's name. I blank on his name.
The other
The
guy in Curry Barker's, sketch thing.
Yeah, like his little universe thing that he does. But I don't know if you heard he already has a lineup of like, if he said if he made it big with this Obsession movie, he had like a lineup of like a universe
His next
almost.
movie sounds really good. It's called Anything But Ghosts. Have you heard of what the
Yeah, I heard the
okay.
concept of it, or
I'm
the
excited for
premise.
it. And then he's A24 is having him do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
Eh,
We'll
I
see how
mean,
that goes, but,
yeah.
we've had a lot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre remakes, but, if they do it with someone who's passionate about it and can bring something new and refreshing,
If I see
maybe they
practical
do something
effects
good.
and I see like, really cool costumes, and I gotta say it, like the thing that's haunting about Texas Chainsaw Massacre is it was a simple thing. It
Yeah.
was very simple. It wasn't, we need to have I don't know, like sometimes you watch the remakes and it's like they're like, well, he's killing them because of this, and it's like, no, dude, he's just a guy that has skin on his face and he's just killing people. Like, there doesn't need to be a huge lineup story, and I think that's what was cool about Obsession is you can interpret it the way you want to interpret it.
Yeah.
You could fit yourself in what character you want to fit yourself in. Um, and what would you would do in that situation? Like some people are like, man, some of these characters are just really dumb. And I'm like, It's just a movie. Like he's trying to get a point across that if you make a wish, like be careful what you wish for. That's
Mhm.
it doesn't need to make sense. They're like, well, why did Sarah do this and why did this guy do that? And it's like, dude, we're watching a horror movie. It
Yeah,
wouldn't be a
you gotta
movie
have a
if
movie if you gotta
yeah,
have stuff happen to have a movie.
yeah.
Uh,
Um,
have you seen, Backrooms yet?
no, I have not. I
I
wanted to watch it.
We're hoping to
Um,
see it this weekend or, next weekend maybe, but that's another one that, came in with a really small budget relatively. Their budget was 10,000,000, but in the movie world, that's nothing.
yeah.
And they've made 117,000,000 so far, so they're crushing it too, which is awesome to see. I feel like there's gonna be a resurgence seeing stuff like this. Godzilla Minus One had, like, $1,000,000 budget, crushed it.
Which
These
is
2 movies.
insane that that was $1,000,000.
Yeah, because that it looked better than a lot of, like, new Marvel movies.
The only thing where I would say I was kinda like, "Oh, shoot, is the CGI gonna look a little weird?" Was a little bit in the beginning,
Mhm.
um, when Godzilla first, like, comes out, um, but the more that the movie was going, I was like, "Dude, this is like a love story, this is I can't wait for the next one."
I
I
know,
think
I'm
you
excited.
you told me about that one, you were like, "Dude, you need to watch it, Cody," and I was like, "I'll get to it," and I finally watched it, and when I did, I was like, "This is one of the best Godzilla movies, like, this is what I want from
It's
a
back
monster."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like,
back to him being a monster, not him teaming up with King Kong to to fight a robot.
he's, like, looking over at King Kong and going
Mm.
and I'm like, "I can't. Stop it," you know? Um That's why I love Peter Jackson's King Kong because it's not
So good.
it's an ape that is doing ape things.
Yeah.
It's not
But it
but
also
he
it handles the romance story of it, him falling
yes.
in love with the damsel, and, it stays true to what the King Kong original movie was, which is
Yes.
him being a monster, being tamed by the woman, and then dying for her and everything. It's so good, and the
Not
fact that
like
they didn't change it or, they kept it true to what it was, they just made it modern. That's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie so
yeah,
much.
so good. I mean, Peter Jackson's already like a legend in my book, but that one for me, it I remember me and my dad went and saw it in theaters and he was like, "Cody, that is a must." Like that was so good. Like when you go to Universal Studios, they have still like the little King Kong thing, like you're in like a little simulator thing and it shows them
Yeah,
like fighting the T-Rex and it's like me and my dad still get hype when we're sitting there watching. I'm like, gosh, this is so good.
yeah. I remember seeing that movie in theaters and back then just being blown away with how good the effects were. Like when she's crawling away from I think it's a T-Rex or it's the giant like lizard that the T-Rex eventually eats, but she's trying to run away from it and she crawls into that log and then the giant centipede, you see it like
Oh
crawling up on
yeah.
the roof of the log. I I remember in theaters like lifting my legs up onto my seat just thinking like, "This is unbelievable how good it looks," and, it sent shivers down my spine. CGI, I feel like, has also gone downhill. It used to look really good. If you watch, Pirates of the Caribbean, the one with Davy Jones,
Oh yeah. I mean,
phenomenal.
he looks so good.
Even by today's standards, like, it looks unbelievably good, and that's movie's what, 20 years old now probably?
But if
It's
you look at the
crazy.
Pirates of the Caribbean, like they filmed in a lot of these areas.
Yeah, they
I
actually
think
went there.
yeah, they actually went there and then added the effects
Yeah,
to those areas. Um, they actually made sets on the boats. And like, I think when Marvel started to figure out that, oh, people are going to come here and just watch the Marvel movie just because it's Marvel,
mhm,
we're going to throw these massive green screens and make little sets and barely any sets. And then you
yeah,
start to notice, you're like, that's why I kind of like Tom Holland coming out and saying, like, no, I want to film this in New York.
yeah.
Like, I would love to film this in New York. Like, why are we doing this all in a studio filmed area? Like,
Yeah. When it started becoming an issue for me was when Iron Man's suit was no longer an actual suit. It was
yeah.
just CGI on top of him. Like, what are we doing? He's standing in an office building as Iron Man. Why can't he have an actual
Yeah.
costume on? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just so overused and for no reason. They probably have the suit in storage from when they made the first couple movies. Just
Yeah.
slap a fresh coat of paint on it, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, I think after Avengers, yeah, the first Avengers, I think he got away from wearing the, because first he had like a full get up and then they did his legs. They animated his legs and it
Yeah,
didn't look so bad. But now, like, they just animate his whole body.
yeah.
So I just, to me, I think hopefully this helps a lot of those artists kind of come out. And I know it's kind of inspired me to be like, just keep going, keep doing your thing. Um, keep just doing what you love to do. And you could see that those guys put passion into their projects. You watch that chair one on YouTube, like that short film that he did, like
Mhm.
that one's haunting. Like that one, man, that kind of stays in my brain every now and then. I'm like, oh shoot. But I didn't know he did that until I think later. I watched that like
Oh, so you had just seen it randomly.
when it came out, I
That's
watched
cool.
it.
Yeah,
But then you reminding me like, oh, he's the director of that. I was like, oh shoot, like he's coming up.
yeah,
Um, so I hopefully this just really ramps, like you said, we see like a little bit of a surgence of just the studios kind of, and I think A24 gets it. You're gonna get some crap ones for sure. Um, I think like Neon does it too. Like just let these people like talk to me. Just let these guys do what they need to
yeah,
do.
give him the money and let him go.
Um, and don't. I'm sorry, I don't want to see any more Chucky movies. I don't want to like, and don't try to do like some different taste of it or a little spin.
Yeah,
No, come up with something on your own.
yeah.
Make it a you can draw things and inspirations from these other movies, but man, create something on your own. Um, it hopefully, man, it starts up this really cool era of really cool movies and getting away from, you don't need a $200 million budget. You could be okay with a 20 million.
Yeah,
Like I mean, Backrooms. Like it's just a simple IP of people came up with that stuff on the internet,
yeah.
made this whole thing about how these backrooms. Then they came out with a video game. Then all of a sudden it's a movie. You don't need all this crazy. Just have someone advertise it, and if it's good, it's gonna be good.
Well,
You know?
it seems like the people are voting with their wallets especially hard right now. I just looked it up because I couldn't remember what it was, but, apparently in the last 2 years, oh, no, this is 8 years ago. That's not a good link anymore. Uh, it's something like over, like, 90% of movies, though, are sequels, reimaginings, or just remakes, you know?
Yeah, and
It no one wants that. We want new, creative, uh, just ambitious artists to come to the table and get their shot. And it's really cool to see that when an artist is given the opportunity to do so, that people are buying into it and they are actually going to the theater and buying a ticket and sitting down. It makes me so happy seeing this
yeah.
resurgence with hopefully Hollywood will get the picture and stop making uh what is it? Ice Age 7 is about to come out, Shrek 5. There's so
Toy
many
Story 5,
Toy
like
Story
it's just,
5, Moana remake after they just made Moana and Moana 2.
well,
It's like,
I'm telling
hopefully
you,
they'll get out of their own way.
we could see in our lifetime a life or a live action Toy Story. Like,
Oh,
dude,
no.
imagine what are we doing? Um, yeah, and I understand the kid stuff is kid stuff, but man, it just feels like they're just grabbing these IPs and just going, it's gonna make us money with the merchandise.
Mhm.
But it's all up to us at the end of the day. Like we just need to stop watching this stuff,
Yeah.
stop buying certain things. Um, but it's really cool to see this story kind of keep going and um hope to see like more people just get on this train of, and if you don't like the movie that's fine too, but just for it to be basically almost close to $1 million project turned into How much?
It's
100 and
it's estimated that it's gonna make over 200,000,000 by the time
yeah,
it's out of
and
theaters.
that's
That's
absolutely
it's
insane.
so cool.
So cool. Well, let's get into a fun little game. Since you do like your horror, let me see how many movies I got right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I got one. I got 11, but maybe I got an extra one just in case if you haven't seen one of these movies. But we're gonna do keep 4, cut 5.
Okay,
There there's bangers in here. There's bangers. So
okay.
kind of think like, man, don't just be off the rip like, man, I'm saving that one. You know, there might be really good ones. All righty then. So we'll start off with It Follows.
Okay.
It Follows. I think you've seen this one.
Yeah. Yeah, that I really liked It Follows. It surprised me because when I heard the premise, I didn't think I would like it. And then one just afternoon, I think a friend had told me it was good, and I ended up watching it and was blown away by how much I liked it.
I'll give you also to one change. You can only change. You could swap two at
Ok
in the
oh,
end.
okay, so I hear him before.
Yes.
Got it.
So you're gonna
Uh,
hear one and then
say keep or get rid of. Okay,
yeah.
I really liked It Follows, but I'm gonna get rid of it.
Okay. So we cut. It follows. Hereditary.
Keep.
Keep. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be quick for you.
Yeah, I've only, I think I've only watched the movie twice. I haven't even watched it, like, it's not in my, like, my circle of of movies that I go back and watch every now and again.
Yeah.
But that movie just did so much, impact with horror for me. Uh, Curry Barker said that Obsession, like, he was really inspired a lot by
I think it inspired
Hereditary.
so many films.
It's inspired so many, so I think that one has to stay for sure.
Okay, so we cut It Follows and Hereditary is saved. Keep 4, cut 5. Talk to Me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
Man, I feel like I'm gonna blow all my keeps because I gotta keep that one. I loved it so much. It was so fresh. Such a, Exorcist movies are done just every year. For a few years, it was every few months there'd be a new possession movie. This one did such a fun little spin on it though that,
Yeah, with
you
the
know
hand,
well, it's like
the
they were willingly doing it and, treating it like a drug. That's such a clever approach to a thing that's been played out by so many movies poorly.
also too, like every possession movie, it's like demon.
Yeah,
It's obviously demon. This movie, it's an entity. It's something that we can't even put our like. It's leaning towards it's a type of demon thing, but it doesn't obviously, and like we need to get the priest in here. We need to. It takes a different spin on possession for sure.
yeah.
All right, so talk to me, Hereditary or Keep. It Follows is cut. The Shining.
Dang it. Oh, man. I'm I feel like I'm just gonna ruin this game, because I have to keep that one too.
You got to keep that
I
one.
got it. It's, you know, we talk about inspiring it with, like, Hereditary. The Shining is, one of the most inspiring horror movies of all time
I think
with
it's a
with what it
goat.
did.
It's kind
Yeah,
of like it'd be crazy if you didn't keep it.
yeah. I gotta
Um,
keep The Shining. So I've kept 75% of my allotted keeps on number 4 already.
I don't know if you've seen this movie, Heretic.
I We did see it, yes. Uh, that's the one where they're in the house, right?
Yes, this leans a little bit more towards
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
thriller than horror, but
yeah.
there's some horror
Same
elements.
concept.
Yeah.
We did watch that one, probably a year or so ago. Uh, we really liked it. I thought it was a really good, eerie thriller. Liked the twist in it, liked everything about it. Um, Given the list though, I'm gonna cut that one.
Yeah. Anybody, man, if you love a good thriller horror, like that is it's awesome. All these movies, there are some wrong answers in here, I think. But there's there's some like for sure like that there's no problem with that keeping that in
Yeah,
or out. Um so Heretic out, It Follows out, um Hereditary in, Talk to Me in, and The Shining. Sinister.
cut. I like
Did
Sinister, but it gets way too much praise for it just being a torture porn movie,
yes.
essentially. First time I saw it was, super uneasy because of what you're seeing. I hated the ending too. Him getting tied up and killed by his daughter, who's like 6
Yeah.
years old. What? How does that work? I get that the demon was like possessing her or whatever, but I just thought the ending was stupid.
Yeah,
Um,
like the pagan god or whatever.
yeah,
Bagul or
it
whatever.
it was scary the first time I saw it, but I think it's very
It
overrated.
has peak moments of scary. Like,
Yeah,
man, do not watch that movie in a dark room. Like you're like sitting there like as he's watching the films, I think that's the most scariest part.
for sure. The
When
lawnmower
he's
scene.
yeah, that for sure.
Yeah.
Those stay in my brain. um okay, so Cut, Sinister, Heretic, It Follows. Um so we got one keep left. Weapons.
Uh, Weapons I really, really liked. Um, the ending took me out of it pretty substantially.
Yeah.
Just the tone that they did. I not that I didn't like the ending, I enjoyed the ending, but it was so serious and so, I don't know, like, gripping, and then it went into comedy and, just in a beat,
There
which
was so
really took me
much
out of it.
there was so much at stake at the end.
Yeah,
Like there's so much building up and then when that happens in the end, it's like this like weird like someone else came in the movie and directed it and said,
yeah,
"We should throw this funny part in it. People are going to really like it."
yeah,
And me I'm like, no.
yeah.
To me I was just sitting there more like, "Okay.
It took me out of it immediately.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I even liked the ending on it didn't ruin the
Yeah, it's
movie
not
for me.
bad." Yeah.
Uh, I just would have done it so different. I would have, let you sit in that uncomfortableness, let you sit in the moment and really, fester in the seriousness of it.
I
But
think you and me also talked about I think one of your biggest ones that I didn't really like really feel in the theater until I walked out was how the most haunting part about it is the way that they set the trailers up. It's in the dead of the night and these kids are running out of their houses.
mhm,
Um, if you start the movie off with the kids running out of the houses with no sound,
yeah,
none, that is haunting.
yeah,
Imagine if you walk out of your house and you see some kid sprinting down the way, then you see another kid sprinting all in one direction.
yeah.
That is absolutely crazy and scary. But no, they added background music and it like the background music was like funny music.
Yeah, it was like poppy punk or something like that.
I don't know what it was, but it
Yeah,
kind of threw me like I was like, "Oh, that's not what I was kind of looking for." But
yeah. It felt the beginning with that music choice and the ending with them switching to a comedic moment just felt very different than the entire rest of the movie. The rest
yes.
of the movie I thought was really well done, really scary, a fun idea, executed really well. Uh, Something really cool about that movie, the woman who played Gladys, the villain, she won an Oscar for it.
And she did great.
How
She
often
did
does a
great.
horror movie win an Oscar though for best actors? Like, I think that was awesome that they got their flowers for that movie.
I mean, just her scene, the scene where you know, when she does her first little thing in the kitchen,
Yeah,
that I was like, man, I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, okay, dude, this is getting crazy.
yeah,
Um but yeah, the movie had some like parts where I was just kind of like, why are we leaning into the comedy aspect Some of it worked, but some of it didn't. But
Yeah.
anyways, okay, so cutting weapons, um, cutting sinister, cutting heretic, it follows, keeping the shining, hereditary, and talk to me. All right, last three here. Poltergeist.
Man, I love Poltergeist. I think it's a lot of nostalgia bait though.
It is.
Because if you didn't grow up with that movie and like watch it when you were a kid to
People
where
would hate it.
yeah, if you didn't see it when you were a kid and it could actually scare you,
Hmm.
uh, or, as an adult back then when that was kind of the peak of it, then it would be scary too. But
Yeah.
nowadays it's so weak with the scares and the effects. It's still amazing. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it. I recommend it wholeheartedly. I think it's a
If you
really
love
fun.
cinema,
Yeah,
I feel like that movie is,
yeah.
yeah, it's up there.
It has a good little twist. It's really fun. It's a good ghost movie. Uh, just because I'm anticipating something better, I'm gonna cut that one. But
Okay.
I do think it's still a phenomenal movie.
We're gonna go Misery.
Cut.
Cut.
Yeah,
Wow. Quick to cut.
I like Misery, but it's not in my top.
Okay.
Is this the
Last
last
one.
one? Okay, so this is a keep.
Obsession.
Oh, great. Perfect. That worked
All
out.
right. So you had Hereditary, Talk to Me, Obsession, and The
The
Shining.
Shining, yeah.
Keep. It follows Heretic, Sinister, Misery, Poltergeist, Weapons. Um, is there any of those that you'd feel like you'd want to move
Swap
around?
out, no. I'm actually I usually get stumped with these. I'm very pleased with how this worked out.
Yeah,
I think I kept my top 4 out of this list.
I think you did pretty good.
Yeah. What would you have done?
Um, if it went in that order that I said, I think you executed it really well. Um, looking at the list, if I didn't know that Obsession was the end and
Mhm.
Poltergeist hit right there, I probably would have said Poltergeist because
As a keep?
yeah, because
So,
that one's hard.
I was just thinking if I was given a 5th one to keep, Poltergeist would have been the 5th one just
Yeah,
because
if
it's such a
someone
good
were
one.
to tell me like when or like just how I told you Poltergeist at that moment, that would have been hard not to keep
Yeah,
because I'm like, man, that movie like that set up so many other type of movies too. Like it almost kind of gets underrated. Like people don't think about it as enough as this movie that is truly scary. I
yeah.
mean, a house that is haunting you. People kind of go straight to like The Conjuring. I'm trying to think of some other ones that haunted places. I know the one that you said 1408. That's a
Oh, I
good like
love 1408.
place that's haunted.
Yeah.
But Poltergeist, I feel like sometimes gets a little forgotten a little bit.
Yeah, just because it is that older generation of movies, I'm talking to, like, Jeff and Mal, my brother Jeff and his wife Mallory, she, like, doesn't watch movies that were made before it might be the 2000s, or
Oh, that
either the
hurts.
2000s or the 90s, she's like
That hurts.
she's not interested in them. Like, the other day, I found out neither of them have seen Forrest Gump, if you can believe that, and we were trying to push them, and she's like, It's old, I don't want to." I'm like,
It's
"No,
grainy. No,
please,
please, please.
just watch it." Like,
Yeah,
Poltergeist, by today's standards, if you've seen The Conjuring, if you've seen Haunting of Hill House, Poltergeist won't scare you, but it's still a really good, fun movie that it still falls in that horror genre.
it's creepy. It's
It's very
creepy,
creepy, yeah.
and
Well, and
it's an old school.
it did so much, like, you know, it it was kind of the first to do some of the things that it did. The tree grabbing and the little clown doll and everything.
The TV, dude,
The
like,
the clown ruined me when I
yeah,
was a
the
kid.
clown
That
the clown was
I
pretty
couldn't watch
tough.
that part when I was a kid. It was too scary back then.
Yeah.
And, seeing as an adult, it's funny that it was so scary to me, but, uh, if you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it. On this list, if I had to recommend a movie, uh, if you're a horror person and you're okay with old ones, I would say Poltergeist is a really good fun one to start with.
Yeah, another one too, if you maybe would have said it in a different order, um, Heretic for me, um, that really got my wheels turning. That was
Mhm.
a movie that, like, man, that had me going in 7 different ways, and usually, I feel like I can lock things in movies pretty quick. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I get what I think I know what the twist is." This, I was like that was like, "Okay, it's not this. What's going on?" That's a really good movie. One
Well,
movie
the,
that I
Hugh Grant, he played the character just so well
oh, I
because he was charming and, like, you wanted to listen to him talk, and then just the more you heard him talk, the more you would realize, like, this
Sinister and,
guy
like
is it was so good. His performance in it was perfect for that character. He played it
yeah.
so well.
It's in the end, it is shocking. You're like,
Yeah.
"Wow, what did I just watch?" And it's not I wouldn't say gruesome,
Mhm.
like, "What did I just watch?" It's more, "Wow, like, this guy, his brain," like, he's very educated too. So it's not like this guy that's just a clumsy idiot, you know?
Yeah. The ending kinda remind me of, Baraska. That
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
not to give anything away, because if you haven't
Yeah.
read or listened to the story Baraska, parts 1 and 2 are phenomenal. Part 3 is a joke, and you shouldn't listen to it,
Yeah, don't ever, man, that's
um
so bad.
but yeah, that's a really good horror short story if you're into stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah,
the Heretic was a really good it threw me off on this one because I did want to keep it, but
but y
I
yeah,
just
it was a little
anticipated.
early in the list,
Yeah.
for
Oh, and I
sure.
already kept 3, so I was like, "Dang it."
I didn't wanna throw Obsession out there really quick,
Mhm.
because we just talked about it, but yeah, felt like you did a good job there. But one movie I wanted to recommend to you and Micah was, I'll just talk about it real quick, is have you seen Keeper?
No.
Keeper, dude. That movie, um, I know you love practical effects, and there is nothing but practical effects in that
Yeah,
movie.
I saw the trailer for this, and we wanted to go see it, but we just couldn't find the time to get out. Is it
Now,
streaming on anything?
it maybe Apple now or something, but that I don't think the ending or like the way the movie was executed would be like, wow, that movie was great. Just a lot of really cool practical effects and a lot of
Mhm.
creepy, um, like moments in that movie
Yeah,
where you're like you're questioning yourself like, dude, who who's the who's the bad person here? You
yeah.
know, like that's it's a good movie.
Have you
I liked it.
watched Have you watched Widow's Bay yet?
Widow's
It's
Bay.
an Apple TV show.
No, I heard like it's about the island.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have Apple
I
TV, so
You might be able to get, like, a free streaming or, like, a free month or something to try it.
I know
I don't
Tessa
know.
was telling me she was like, "There's this new show that's coming out. It looks terrifying, Cody." I was like, "I want to watch it."
I think it was episode 2, sent, like, physical, chills down my body and, like, goosebumps, like, all over
It's like
at one of the
something's wrong with the
scenes.
island, kinda like there's
Yeah.
something going on there.
You know what it reminds me of is, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Okay,
Each episode is, like, its own kinda story almost, where there's, like, a different
it does it not
entity.
connect?
It does, like, it's all the same characters, and it's following, the same
Oh, okay, it's
few
just kind
weeks
of
or
different.
days or whatever, but each episode kinda deals with a different entity that the island
Mm.
is, bringing forward or whatever.
Yeah, when I
Um,
first saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, is this like some type of like Wicker Man, um, like island that's kind of culty or something like
yeah.
that?" But the more trailers I saw, I was like, "Okay, it definitely seems like there's it's not Wicker Man. They're going a little bit more crazy here.
Yeah, it's really good so far.
I'll have to
You
watch
should give
that.
that one a try.
But yeah, you let me know how Keeper is, and then I'll try to watch that Apple TV one for sure. I know that one's on the list.
Yeah. Totally off topic from horror, but I can't remember. Do you watch Love Island? And are you
No,
oh, dang
well
it. I thought you did.
I I
Cut
I
this from the
watched it with
podcast.
Brent and Shannon. Brent and Shannon. I used to watch it with them a lot, but I don't know what it was, but I forgot what season I was watching, but just really frustrated me how dumb
Oh, yeah, it's
like some people are, and I'm like, dude, like, don't you see? But I guess I just have to like really take myself. I put
it's
myself in the situations
yeah,
too
I
much.
wouldn't be able to be on a show like that.
Oh man,
Like, if I had to date someone and then had to watch them make out with someone else, like, it's not I can't do it. I would leave. I'd be so upset.
these people
Uh,
are just so open.
it's the
Um,
ultimate trash TV.
yeah,
Ultimate trash TV.
yeah. I was gonna try to see if Shannon and Brent wanted to like let it accrue a little bit, and then
Mm.
maybe go over one night and watch it with
Watch,
them.
like, 5 episodes at
Yeah, just
once.
5, just put them down, because it's infuriating when you are watching it live and you're like, I need to know what happens next week.
Yeah. This is the first time that we've actually watched it as it's coming out.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a new episode's out every day. It's crazy. They
We were
pump
we
these things
were
out.
yeah, the US one. Well, we were watching the Australian one of the Australian ones when we didn't watch it live the first 3 episodes, but we
Mhm.
caught up to where we were waiting every week.
Yeah.
Um, but it was weekly. It wasn't
Yeah.
like every day. They're filming these people in the US like daily,
Those
man.
editors are working overtime.
They're tired, dude.
Their eyes are bloodshot.
Um, but no, at some point I'll get to watch it because it is the ultimate trash TV, and I love some of my trash TV. Like I love like dude, I was really bad with Jersey Shore. Like
Oh, yeah.
I've seen Jersey Shore probably like 3 times, like all the way through. It's one of those shows that I would just put on like before bed and just like laugh a little bit, and then like I wouldn't be paying attention. Like say I would be editing or something, but yeah, it's just funny. Um, but I had a quick little question. This one's kind of funny. I thought it would be fun. I have my answer, but we're kind of doing like this, not IP, but say this movie versus this movie, but a certain amount of characters, kind of like how people were doing with the gorillas, like 1,000 gorillas versus, you know, or 1,000 people versus a gorilla or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Um, I'm putting up all the kids in Harry Potter. So all the houses,
Okay.
not the I'll give you one teacher of each house,
Okay.
or because everybody has a house teacher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I tell you that I finished watching them all?
Oh, what'd you think? No, you haven't. Let's talk about this first.
Uh Go back and watch Jasmine and SIE podcast. I do talk
Okay.
about it, so go back and watch it. But yeah, it's
It's great, right?
it, I'll run it through real quick. Really, really enjoyed Order of the Phoenix. Um, I really like that movie.
Yeah.
The spoiler for anybody, but it's been way too long, so get over it. Um,
Dumbledore dies.
yeah, not in that one. That's the series Black Dies.
Yeah, yeah.
Cinema. She's running down. I killed Sirius Black. I was like, this is cinema. This is great. Harry, get her. And then he hits her with the habla dabba.
Crucio.
Just yeah, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Hits her. Boom. She goes down. I was like, all right, send her to the Shadow Realm, dude. No, it's and then Voldemort versus
Yeah,
Dumbledore is peak.
it's so good.
That's so good. The lights are like kind of low, and you're just seeing the magic and the colors. Peak. So I watched 4 and then I watched that one. I am like, I'm almost ready to declare a house. Like, I'm like, dude, this is so cool. And I watch Half-Blood Prince and almost put me to bed.
No.
Now I will give Half-Blood Prince this. The giveaway or the twist, spoiler alert, everyone leave right now. If you haven't seen it, screw you. It's been too long. That Sirius or that Snape is the Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah.
I love that reveal.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And
How'd
he's
you
basically like, "You're gonna use that my spell against me?" Like, I was just like, "Oh, this is peak. This
did
is
you
good."
did you know that Snape killed Dumbledore going into it, or was that
Yes.
okay? So you knew that part.
That was so hard to stay away from because so many
Of
people
course, the memes and
talked about it.
everything about it.
Now, I did know that there was like that him and Dumbledore like had like a plan
Mhm.
type of thing. Like basically like Snape, you have to do what you have to do in the end.
Yeah.
Like don't give yourself away. Um Coming out of the Harry Potter movies, I just and Deathly Hollows Part 1, I've never hated main characters more than Ron and Harry, and I can't really blame Hermione too much,
Mhm.
but the Horcrux are making him evil, and we're man, shut up. This sounds like
Lord of the
Harry.
Rings.
This sounds like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're pulling from other movies.
Sure.
So so me that got me mad. Half of the time they're just traveling to other locations, and people are like, "Well, the visuals and everything." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." I didn't care. That Deathly Hallows Part 1, snooze fest. Like, put me to bed.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been 2 movies. It should have just been 1 long movie, I thought.
And it's cool to like know the history of the Deathly Hollows, but how about we do it faster? Like, let's find out faster. Not and me, I started listening to the audiobooks. So I enjoyed the audiobooks more than the movie.
Yeah,
Like I was like, there's more detail and more like substance in the books,
for sure, yeah.
which I've already known that. But the last movie, I mean, snooze all the way up until
Part
like
2? You didn't like part 2?
part 2. Like,
It's like a battle the entire movie. What do you mean?
what do you mean the battle?
They're
What battle?
battling at the castle. And then you find out
Voldemort is like this person that we're supposed to fear.
uh
No, he got put down in like 20 minutes. Like it's just man, it's just,
bro, it's so
when
good.
he kills Dumbledore, or when that the whole thing with Dumbledore happens,
Mhm.
and he's out there and he's shooting up the wand or whatever. I thought, oh, these movies are gonna get crazy. No, the dude shows up for a couple. I mean, the one kid, what's his name?
Neville,
The
Fred,
No, the blonde kid or the
Draco?
Draco. Yeah,
Yeah.
Draco's in the movie for 6 to 8 minutes. Um, when I heard in the books, he's a little bit more of a problem.
Mhm.
Yeah, if I had to give all the movies sat with me, uh, 7.
That's fine. You
And,
know.
and this is what I will say, like, I get now why people like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
When me at first, I'd be like, dumb, like I'm not in it, I get why now people like it, but Ivan brought up a good point. Nobody's throwing hands. That'd be sick, dude. With magic and they're throwing hands, like imagine
See
they're like,
someone throwing an uppercut.
dude, they're kicking and throwing mad, like that'd be cool. I was like, that'd be, but they're all just, I can't, man.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
man.
one of the, if I had to pick like the magics out there, it doesn't. I don't know, it just didn't. Half-Blood Prince really put me down. That until the end when I felt the ending, I'm like, wow, like you betrayed them.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Um, Even the first part of like Deathly Hollows Part 1 where that teacher's getting like put in front of the table. She's like they're throwing her vertical on the table. Like
Mhm.
I was like, man, this is gonna get crazy. No.
What about the reveal with Snape?
Awesome.
Like,
Loved it.
yeah, to me that
Made me like Snape a lot. Made
yeah,
me hate Harry Potter's parents. Um, yeah, it made me just like, no, this guy was the doe the whole time.
yeah.
You idiots. Dude, I hate the main characters. I've never like, it's up there for me with like, and you'll love this. I hate them more than like Attack on Titan characters with
That's crazy because you
Mikasa
hated Mikasa.
and
You hated
but
her.
I can at least go like she's just down for the cause. Like she's
Yeah.
just not my character. Dude, Harry Potter, hey, find out what you want. Do you want Hermione or not? Say it. And then Ron talking behind my back, are you? And then he
Yeah.
just leaves for a little bit. Oh gosh. Dude, I was ready to snooze
It
at
was
any
the
moment.
Horcruxes, Cody, they were weighing on him.
Sounds like Frodo
That's why
and
Samwise
Sam.
Gamgee is the greatest hero of all time because he never turned on Mr. Frodo.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes Lord of the Rings just that's why for me, man, I don't know, like Lord of the Rings. Yes, some people might sit here and say, well, Cody, Lord of the Rings is not action at all time.
Doesn't
But
need to be.
the story, bro.
It's
The story
phenomenal at all
is
times.
I'm one of my favorite, it still brings a tear to my eye, is when Sam is talking to Frodo at the end of Two Towers about like this world needs a little good in it. Oh my goodness. It brings a tear to my eye like
Yeah.
almost every time. And then it shows like what's going on with the trees and then Hound's Deep, like they're winning the fight, like uh, peak, love it.
Yeah.
And then it gets so much better in Return of the King, like Return of the King, the moments of just it's so good. That's why when someone says what's the best trilogy of all time,
It's not even close.
it's not even close. It's Lord of the Rings.
Ice
It,
Age. That's what Jeff would say.
no.
Every time we're on this podcast together, we end up talking about Lord of the
And
Rings.
how stupid Harry
It's
Potter,
so
dude.
good.
Oh,
Well,
I know you and Micah love Harry Potter.
yeah.
Now I get it now. I get
Uh,
why people like it. I get the world building. I think they did a good job. It's just dude, in the end of Deathly Hallows, this is my last like when Harry just breaks the wand and just throws it.
that part did annoy me.
This was my face. I just went, okay, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. Wrap this movie up.
But the logic behind it is it being a Deathly Hollow, he would be hunted down for it and, stabbed in his back while he's sleeping or whatever.
Well, just, hide it somewhere. Not crack it and throw it down. Someone's going to go find that thing. No!
Well, I'm
Yelling.
glad you watched it at least. That makes me
Yeah,
it makes me happy that you got through them all.
So I'm going to be biased in this one. But all the houses with one teacher with the house
Okay.
versus the Jedi Council. Who's winning?
So Jedi Council being, was it like 6 or 7 members?
So when you would usually see them sitting, so that would be Yoda,
Mhm.
Mace Windu, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
I believe Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
No Anakin. That was the big thing. But since we threw in the teachers, I'll throw in Anakin.
I was gonna say
he's killing the kids.
He's killing the kids.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, Mace Windu is putting down so many kids,
He
dude.
is, but it
He
it
defeated
depends
Sidious,
it depends where they're fighting, and what
right
the
in that stupid chambers, dude. Right when they walk in, they're like all their little banners. Yeah, right in there
I think
on
that
their ground, dude.
I think the Harry Potter would win. Real because, and hear me out,
Okay.
because when they executed Order 66, it was just some stormtroopers that had been flanking the Jedi that were
Yes.
able to take him out. I think if you get some kids flanking them, maybe the teacher McGonagall flies up on her broom and flies over to the other side and flanks.
What is she? Is she Hufflepuff? What is
She's
she?
she's Gryffindor.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
she's getting tore up, dude. She have
you think
glasses
so?
on?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. They're
I don't.
flying off, dude.
I think Harry Potter wins. They got beat by stormtroopers, many of which were on the Jedi Council, just because they got flanked and outnumbered, and they had projectiles coming at them. Now, if it's,
Yoda?
uh, I mean,
Yoda's
Yoda's.
killing dude. Yoda and
Is
Obi-Wan
Yoda going to
Kenobi.
kill kids though? I don't know if Yoda's going to kill kids.
It's bloodlust. It's
Okay,
they're
so
going for it. They're going for the kills.
even still, dude, I don't know, the flanking
Anakin?
rules and the projectile aspect of it is what's throwing me off here.
Anakin took down the whole Jedi temple.
Yeah, but that was all kids, wasn't it?
No, there was actually tons of Jedis in there.
I guess so.
And he did have stormtroopers, but dude, he took down
Yeah.
the
The only reason I'm leaning towards Harry Potter is because it's a few hundred versus 7, and those few hundred have projectiles, and if it's bloodlust also, that means that they're throwing out Avada Kedavras and, forbidden curses. So,
yeah.
I don't know, dude. I think if you just get, 100 kids behind them to flank them, and and they, are
How many
able to
kids do you think are in each house sitting in there?
there's probably 100 in each house. It's like a large high school kind of. I'm
Yeah,
guessing it's like 400 people versus like 7 or 8.
I'm so biased. I could see what you're saying. Like if it's in an open field, I think the Harry Potter has a chance because they have projectile. But dude, the speed, if they're in close quarters, it's over. Like those wands are just getting obliterated. They
I
could
mean,
probably block a lot of that stuff too.
I agree, but, it only took a few stormtroopers to take him out because they were flanking him. That's just where my mind keeps going, is they got, popped off by a handful of stormtroopers with blasters, and now you have
Just
a few hundred kids with bloodlust and wands that are throwing projectiles, and I don't
some
know.
of them might be stupid. Like some of them are like
Oh, yeah.
bloodlust, but
Well,
they're
that's the thing.
dumb.
The first, second, and third years, they don't know any spells. They're Anakin fodder. Anakin's gonna have his time with them, but then he's distracted by them, and McGonagall goes up behind him and hits him with the Avada Kedavra.
I don't know. I just think the speed, the agility. So if we go, the pros for the Jedis, they have agility, speed. Would you say power?
I don't. Mm, do you mean like the Force is more powerful than the magic? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't think so, because I think the variety of magic that the
And
Harry
I
Potter
can't
universe
because
has.
I know in the novels, in the Star Wars novels, that the Force is definitely not like it's not represented well in the movies.
Yeah, it's like
Um
Force push and
yeah, that's
lightning
it.
pretty much.
Um but I know like they have
Ooh,
Jedi mind
you're
trick a
you're
little bit.
you're bringing a good point, because I'm forgetting, like, when, like, Vader stopped the Millennium Falcon from flying away with the Force. Like, that's an incredible
Yeah.
amount of power.
And
Uh,
that's Anakin, dude. Like, and
mhm,
he's
and he's there.
he's there, man. He's
Shoot.
he's doing it.
Oh,
He's force choking kids, sending them flying, dude. I just think in close quarters, the Jedi's have
close
it all,
quarters, if it's a hallway, it's Jedis all day. There's no
but
chance.
the biggest thing that I think Harry Potter has is the projectile for sure
Mhm.
in sheer numbers.
Yeah,
Um, and your what is it?
the Avada
Cadab.
Kedavra.
Yeah, that
That's
is
a
a
one
one hit,
shot, one
one
shot
shot.
kill. Yeah.
So that is deadly. The Jedi's a one shot kill is basically with the lightsaber, but it has to be close quarters.
Mhm.
So it would all come down to where they fought.
Yeah,
Um,
if it's in an open field, on Hogwarts, uh, just by the Wampin Willow or something, I think that Hogwarts has the upper hand. But if it's like Rogue One, in the hallway scene with Darth Vader, and there's no chance.
um, no, I'm saying like in their hall.
Yeah,
So it'd be open, but it
but it's
is
crowded.
confined.
It's
It's
crowded. There's
crowded. It would be
tables.
crowded. They'd be force pushing, but how long does that force push? Can the force push their abracadabra or whatever?
I don't.
Will I keep saying it wrong? Yes.
I think in my mind, they could deflect it with their lightsaber. So,
And their force push.
could they theoretically shoot back an Avada Kedavra and one shot one of them? I don't know. We're going down the rabbit hole right now.
Yeah, yeah. I think you do have a good point about sheer numbers, like attacking them from the back, but like
It's
they
just,
can't.
can they overwhelm them?
That's what
If
it would
if
come
they
down
can't get
to.
around to overwhelm them, then it's no chance.
You honestly would need most of the Jedi Council to take care of the kids, and you would need to take care of the house leaders right away,
Yeah,
like Harry. Um, you'd have to take out a lot of the older people. Like Mace Windu would need to attack like them because if he doesn't, someone's gonna catch him slipping.
yeah.
So I do see that point of him slipping a little bit, but Mace Windu never. I mean, the only thing he slipped was he trusted Anakin, and
What was that TV show where, they would have, like, the mob fight the Taliban, and then they would simulate it 1,000 times and tell you, "Greatest Warrior," was that it?
Greatest Warrior.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need a Greatest Warrior episode with the
The
houses of
Tommy gun. They're
Hogwarts.
like the Tommy gun is superior, and then it would show like a Mongol, and he's like his Mongol spear. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
I lean towards Star Wars, but yeah, that's me.
It really just in my mind, it depends on where they're fighting
Yeah,
that,
that's what it
gives
comes
them the
down to. If
advantage
they're
or
in an
not.
open field, Harry Potter has a very good chance. I think probably I would say they would win because they can spread out and
Yeah.
just hit them from the trees or, just sending the spells.
Well, you also
But
gotta here's another angle to throw in. These are all kids, and they're not seasoned kids, and they see their friends getting chopped in half. They're losing it, and they're not gonna keep their cool.
that there is bloodlust involved, but I think it probably wears off a little bit when they see
Hermione?
Hermione. She's just right through her. Then Obi-Wan Kenobi comes around the back and just slices her head off. Dude, Mace Windu is probably putting down most of them, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Well, Anakin's putting down all
Yoda
the
is going to
kids.
be so hard to hit.
Yeah.
Um, it's Yoda's going to be tough. Now, do I see do I see Harry Potter killing a lot of them? I do, but I think they're going to come out on top. Star Wars. It would come down to like Harry, and some other. It would be one-on-ones,
If it's
but
one-on-one, it's no shot.
especially if we can confirm anybody out there. No, can the force push direct it, like redirect the Samada Dagada? Like if it does, like that's directing and hitting some other kid. That's tough. Cole's looking it
I'm
up.
Googling it up. Uh,
I don't even know how many the Jedi Council people have. I don't even know how many they have. I wonder how many. Let me see.
Google is saying that a force push would not be able to redirect.
What about a saber?
It says making them nearly impossible to safely alter with bare hand. I just looked up a blaster, if force push could redirect a blaster or if that's just a saber.
Oh, okay.
And this is saying that it would be nearly impossible to safely alter with bare hand telekinesis. Now,
Okay.
keep in mind, this is also Google AI overview. It's not it's not George Lucas
It's
going,
not some
"Well,
kid that's
you."
looked into the story of it
Yeah.
all. Well, actually, I broke it down in three different mathical equations.
Mathical.
Mathical equations. Let's dive into it this episode. That'd be funny. The Tommy gun. That I just remember laughing at some of those, and he'd be like, "The samurai
Dude, I remember
versus."
being mad when the samurai lost to the ninja.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
like
like,
what?
"No!"
Which I mean, it's kind of accurate. The ninja did overwhelm the samurai, but it's because a lot of samurai turned to be ninja.
Yeah.
So
Samurai are just so much cooler.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, it definitely Star Wars. No. um. Alrighty, well, we got one more thing to talk about. We got well, actually, yeah, let's just end on this. We'll end on I don't know how much more time you got here.
I'm unlimited.
Unlimited. Well, we'll talk about two things. We'll go quick with the UFC stuff, but let's talk about a game right now that just kind of got trailer released. People are not happy about this one. Is the God of War? What is it? Luffy?
Laufey, I think is
Laufey?
how it's pronounced. It's
Um,
it's very mixed reactions. I've seen a lot of comments going both ways. Actually, I've seen more so going the opposite direction that I think, um, which really surprised me, but not really. Uh, so for those who don't know, God of War is a franchise that's been around since early 2000s, I believe. It was on PS2 when it first came out.
yeah,
And then they remade it again in 2018 with a totally different kind of design and overall gameplay kind of. Still very similar, core principles, but different voice actor, different studio making it, I believe.
one was Greek mythology, and this one, the 2018, centered around more
Norse
Nordstrom.
mythology.
Yeah,
Um, so it follows Kratos, who is the god of war. Uh, and the 2018 game specifically, I feel like that's when they really leveled up as far as storytelling goes.
yeah.
Um, phenomenal games. And then they made God of War Ragnarok, which is the sequel to that, which was also very, very good. Um, this new game that they just announced, it's God of War Laufey, which follows Kratos' wife instead of Kratos. Um, which I'm very annoyed about because when I play God of War, I want to play as Kratos. It's kind of like when Halo, I think it was Halo 4 or Halo 5 came out. And
Halo Reach, I think it is.
not Reach, it was the one where I think it was Halo 4. Um,
You
which
don't
one
play as
was it?
Master
Yeah, you
Chief.
don't play as Master Chief. Halo 5 is what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't play as Master Chief in it, and people were livid, as they should be, because
Yeah.
Halo is Master Chief. It's an IP that has been built on this character. Why are you taking out this character? Um, So the trailer just dropped for Laufey though, and you're playing as Kratos' wife, and like visually the game looks beautiful. The combat looks pretty good. It looks fun. Um, all looks really good, but you know, I'm very disappointed because, like I just said, I want to play as Kratos. I want to play as who the IP has been. And what's annoying me is like you see all the comments on Instagram or wherever you're looking, and you'll see someone say like, "Oh man, you know, I'm bummed out about this," and the replies to it will just be, "Oh, you're an incel. You hate women. You're a, a
Yeah, and that's
sexist or
not it,
misogynist,"
man.
which is so just ridiculous because like
I have a
some
counter to that. I have a counter to
yeah,
that,
go ahead.
but um how mad do you think people would be if they did a Tomb Raider
Mhm.
and Laura Croft is Tom Croft?
Yeah.
You would be
It,
like, "What is going on? Like,
it's
I don't like this." That
that's another thing that's annoying is it only gets switched one way, which I just don't want any switches. Like, let these characters and these IPs remain with the IPs.
well,
It's
also
very silly.
in my opinion with this game, I don't mind that they make the game.
Yeah,
Make it a DLC. Make
exactly. That's
make
what
it
I thought.
something that's an add-on to the game
Yeah,
where we could still play as her, but do the God of War 3 game
as
with
Kratos.
Kratos,
Yeah,
and then you play a little bit as his wife in the game,
yeah,
then they make a DLC, then it would make sense.
yeah,
You'd be like, "Okay, I get this."
yeah,
That's like the same thing as you're playing as his son. If they made a game off of his son and there's no Kratos in it, I think still people would be like, "I don't like, why are we doing this? Like, Kratos didn't die,
yeah,
so, like, why are we doing this?"
yeah. Like
Um,
I want to be Kratos right now. It's
yeah.
just it's so annoying though seeing all the labels of like, oh, you must be a sexist or a misogynist because you don't want to play as a woman. You hate women in video games. Well, it's ridiculous because like you said, Tomb Raider, 100% has always been a woman character, and it's, you know, one of PlayStation, Sony's most successful games.
Beloved character. People
Beloved.
love that
Uh,
character.
Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know if you played that game.
But
Amazing.
also, if they
Yeah.
switched that up and made it a dude, I would say this doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
like, what's the point? Why not just make a new game? It's amazing, though. Uh, Metroid. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it was, like, revealed that Samus was a woman until, like, either pretty deep into the game or, like, multiple games down. Like, it took a
I
while.
think I honestly think it was, like, the 3rd game
Yeah,
at the end, if you won something, she took her helmet off and it
and they
was a
revealed
woman.
it was a woman. Everyone loves Samus. It's one of the coolest characters ever. So it's not that it's that you're playing as a woman that I dislike, because that doesn't bother me if it's
Yeah.
a setup character. It's that they're taking the success of these well-established IPs and changing it needlessly. Uh, I don't think it's woke or, you know, anything like that. I think they're just trying to do a different story perhaps, but it should have just been like you said. I think if it was a DLC, even a paid for DLC, I'd pay $40 for it. I'd be totally on board with
Yeah,
that.
you like the God of War series.
Yeah.
I think this was a good time for them to capitalize on several different characters.
Yeah.
You could have done, um, say even like a Loki character.
Mhm.
You could have done his wife. You the same way you did it, just did a DLC package. Um, but still do a Kratos like it's God of War. Like God of War is Kratos. Like it's
Yeah.
not like God of War is this. It's no, that's what he's called. He's the God of War.
Yeah.
So it just to me, you're taking you're 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 almost working too hard to like try to change people's minds on how to play this game. Like you were gonna play like they're like, you're gonna play this game and you're gonna like playing this game. And it's like, no, I just wanted to play as Kratos. And then well, you don't want to play as a woman. You're like, that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're
Eh,
talking about a character I want to play. I don't want to play as the son the whole game.
yeah.
I don't.
It's
If
like
I
in,
don't want to play him,
it's like in the new Spider-Man where they
yes.
have the scenes where you play as Mary Jane, but you're not you're not Spider-Man in a Spider-Man game. It's like, what are we doing here? Why am I taking
But if they
pictures
made
as Mary Jane?
imagine if they just made a full game of that.
Yeah,
I'm not getting it.
yeah,
If imagine if they're promote a Spider-Man game and then most of it is Mary Jane, I'd be like, I bought this Spider-Man game thinking I'm gonna play mostly as Spider-Man.
yeah,
That's why I think what Sony did really good was they said, okay, we're gonna if people might not like the Miles Morales stuff, but there's gonna be a lot of people that do. So let's do like a separate game for the Miles Morales.
yeah, and it was
Then
really
let's
good.
have then they mixed them together in the next one. So it's like, okay, like and whatever you feel about those games, how some people don't like them, some people do, but I think they executed that well. And I think
Yeah,
God of War had a chance to do what a lot of these other games. That's like if a Red Dead game came out and it was all about Sadie.
yeah.
Um, I would love it. I would be like that's an established character, but almost at the same time, I would go, well, you guys said you're going to come out with a Dutch game. Like, I want to play as Dutch. Like, but I don't know. That one's kind of hard, but it just, I think Laura Croft is like one of the better examples of them. Someone, I forgot who brought it up. They just said, might have been Asmongold, but he like just basically said, what if we just got rid of Laura Croft and put Tom Croft?
Yeah,
Like how pissed people would be. They would be like, well, no, it's her cousin. You'd be like, yeah, but I want to play Tomb Raider to play as Laura Croft.
right.
So let me know when the Laura Croft one is coming out
A
because I don't
great e
really.
right.
Yeah.
A great example of this, where they switch the character and you do play as a woman and there wasn't outrage because of that, but for a different reason, was, Last of Us 2. I don't know if you ever
Oh
watched
yeah,
it or
yeah,
played
yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah.
So, Joel dies, who is the main character in the first game. He dies early on in the second game, which people were shocked about.
I was
It blew
shocked.
me
Yeah.
away. I couldn't believe they did it, especially that early on. But then you get to play as Ellie, which no one was upset about. They thought, okay, this is cool. We get to avenge Joel, even though they hated that Joel died. You got to play as Ellie, which is great. And then, like halfway through the game, they switch it up and make you play as Joel's killer, Abby.
No, you play Abby
It's
like
like half
after
of the
Joel
game.
is killed.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah,
Joel is killed by Abby, and then the next scene you are
you're
playing
Abby.
as Abby back in, and I'm like, I don't care about this chick.
Yeah, I don't
I
want
could
to play
care
as her.
less.
Yeah.
But playing her later in the game, I was like, okay, I like her story.
Hmm.
Um, but that wasn't executed well. I think
Yeah.
it was like, no, this is not executed well. And I think God of War, in this moment, you could have just put her in the next God of War game, um, and had sprinkles of her in it, and then go, okay, how did the fans react to her being in the game?
Yeah.
I love the actress that is playing the girl too.
Yeah.
She's like really big into like fantasy.
She's big in
Um
the D&D world.
yeah, big in the D&D world. She's also in Daredevil and Punisher. I really like her. Um so I kind of feel bad that people are like kind of going in on her. It's not her fault. She's playing a character in a game, but
Yeah.
I just think when these beloved IPs, it's the same thing as Star Wars. Like, soon as they said that Rey was a Skywalker, people were like, "Why are we like? Why did we ruin that? Why did we? Why did we do that?"
Yeah.
Um, and I think sometimes I don't know why they do it, and I think they're just thinking, "Okay, we're gonna expand these games," but
I
people
think it's
people love Kratos, dude.
yeah.
He's a beloved and also an iconic. When you think of video games, he's in the modern era. His games rank so high. Anytime a God of War game would come out, people would go crazy for those games.
Yeah.
And then the 2018, like, almost kind of like resurged it of like
Oh, for
it
sure.
won game of the year.
It took
Like
it to higher levels than it ever had been, without a doubt.
with modern games now,
Yeah.
because the old one was kind of like more like button mashing,
Arcadey. Yeah, for
arcadey,
sure.
which really cool. But this one had like, we're gonna do The Last of Us but have a different combat system than the button mashing in arcadey. It's going to be more technical. Um,
And it's gonna have a deep, deep story.
and the story is going to be gripping. It's
Yeah,
going to be like you're watching a movie
yeah,
because you could sit there and just watch the edits of the game, and it's a straight movie.
yeah,
Um, it's done so well, and I think it's the same with Last of Us. Like they had something really good in the first game, and you're like, wow, this is really good. I still loved playing the second one. Like the second one was still really good to me. Really good storyline, taught me a lot. But to make you play as Abby after you just killed Joel, like that is, it makes you almost feel like you killed Joel.
yeah,
And you're like, I don't care about this character at all.
yeah. Well, especially, it was such a weird move to make with Joel being, like, such a beloved character.
Yeah.
I mean, people a lot of people just didn't play the game after that happened.
Yeah, they
Uh,
stopped. Yeah, people
they
absolutely
stopped
stopped.
and they didn't finish it, because it was such a like, why would you do this decision to make? I don't know, I think
Yeah.
part of the problem is just executives instead of good creatives being in charge. The not to keep talking about God of War, but I keep seeing interviews and it's all over my feed right now, but the the lead developers on it right now, it's these 2 people, their first time playing God of War was when the 2018 one came out. So they never, like, played the original games. They didn't grow up with them, and they didn't have, like, a passion for them, you know? It was like they played it a couple years ago when it came out, they played the second one, and now they're on the team to make the third one. It's like, why aren't we getting people who are passionate about these characters, truly passionate, and have
Yeah.
spent, like, years with them, growing up with them and everything, and I don't know, it seems like such bad management from studios. I hope it's great. I hope that, maybe all we've seen is Laufey and maybe you get to either play as Kratos or at least interact with him throughout the game. I like the story of it. I think it's really interesting. Uh, it's just not what I was
Just
hoping for.
how long can that story go? That's why I thought it would be a good DLC for sure.
DLC, yeah, I don't know what the end game is with it too because, like, she's dead and it's her in
The
the
Afterlife,
afterlife or the underworld, whatever they're gonna call it,
probably like
fighting different.
Valhalla, I guess.
I think it is, but it's been, like, overrun with other deities and stuff, which is it sounds cool, and I'm down with that, and I hope that it does surprise me, and I hope it is phenomenal. I think the acting is still gonna be great because they have some great voice actors in there. Visually, it looks beautiful. It's supposed to play, like, in line with the 2018 one, because the first scene in 2018 is Kratos burning his wife at the pyre,
Mhm.
because she's dead, and, you see her ashes go up, or the sparks go up, and then it picks up with that, like, going up into Valhalla, and then you're just her in the afterlife, being thrown into fighting these deities and everything. It sounds like it could be so cool, um, but I just what's the
Was there any, like, indication that she can fight too?
yeah, so she's a well-established character, and, like, in the game, like, you hear Kratos talking to Atreus, like, when they're in the boat, in between getting from point A to point B, like, they have great dialogue, and he talks about, like, how she was a very strong, savage warrior. I think in the lore even, like, she fought with Odin or not Odin, Thor, and, like, came to a stalemate with Thor, who is, like, kind
Mm,
of one of the main villains of Ragnarok for you. He's, like, one of the main bosses in it. So, like, she's established to be, like, an incredibly strong warrior. She has giant's blood in her, so that's, like, where her strength comes from, but she's also just, a great fighter. So that's not like I don't feel like they're girl bossing on us or anything. I'm fine with all that. That's all well and good. I just when I play God of War, I want to be Kratos. That's really what it comes down to.
yeah.
Like I said, I really hope that they prove me wrong and it's amazing. Um, and I probably, now that I've sat on it for a few days, I probably will end up playing it. Uh, it was just when I first saw it, man, I was bummed out.
Yeah, bummer. You know, it just kinda like, well, you kinda hope that the God of War game you're playing is gonna have Kratos in it,
Yeah.
and then when it doesn't, it's well, this is weird, you know?
It's like Halo without Master Chief.
Yeah, just weird.
Yeah.
Um, Alrighty then. Well, looking at UFC, you know, it's one of the things that we like to watch, and we've already kind of said that we're not like super excited for this the White House card. Um Seems like they promised us that it was going to be a really good card, and kind of seems just a little mediocre. Um it's a little that, you know, they were like there's going to be 5 titles on the line. There's going to be this, there's going to be that. It kind of just seems like a regular cool card. Like
Yeah.
that's how I look at it. It just looks like a regular card.
Yeah, it's good. It's not what I was expecting though.
Um so we'll start. I mean, Diego Lopez is on the card. I don't know this Steve Garcia guy. See, that's
That's
the thing is
that's the
like
thing.
this.
Why are there people that like aren't super well known on the card?
um and I guess that's maybe my problem of just I watch UFC, but I find myself like not watching the prelims because I just don't know any of these guys anymore.
Yeah.
The roster's so big that they're like, this guy's really good, and you're like, who has he fought? And they're like, nobody. Nobody yet. Like Bo Nichols is on it, and he's fighting Kyle. I don't know how to say this guy's name. DeCloss.
But even like, why is Bo Nickel on there? Like he's even well known. He got knocked out in his last fight, didn't he? What
He
what
did,
what's he
yeah.
doing? What's he doing on the White House card? It's
And me,
just
like, I don't mind if he's on the White House card. It's more like this is like this is a like one of the big fights on the White House card. So you're
mhm.
like, why is he so high up on there?
Yeah,
When I first heard that he was going to be on there, I was like, okay, that's cool.
nice prelim fight,
Yeah, like
and
nice fighter to have in there, but then you see who he's fighting, you're just kind of like, okay, like it kind of looks like they're just kind of handing him maybe a win
yeah,
here. Um Mauricio Rufy versus Michael Chandler. Um I really do think I think Michael Chandler has sat out for way too long,
mhm.
and I
Trying to get that
think
McGregor fight.
man, and I think it really I mean, I forgot who he fought last, but it was pretty
Patty,
tough.
Patty
Yeah, that was
Pimblett.
pretty tough to watch. He just looked slow. Didn't look like he really should have been in there.
Yeah,
With Patty, um, I could see it maybe going to the younger guy. Um, but I don't know. I look at these like Derek Lewis is fighting some heavyweight that I just haven't. Oh, he's fighting Josh. I
yeah.
didn't know he's
Josh
fighting
Hogan.
Josh.
Well, he just got so after Josh's fight. Apparently Trump was at that event and he leaned over to Dana and he's like, "Why isn't he on the White House card?" Or maybe it was he leaned over and asked, "Why isn't Derek Lewis on the White House card?" And so then Derek or Dana called Derek and he was like, "Hey, do you want to fight at the White House?"
Okay,
It
I'm
was
gonna
something
say
like
it
that.
right now, and I know Ivan loves this guy because he goes in there and gets it. Derek Lewis is knocking him out.
You think so?
I think he's knocking this dude out.
Yeah, I don't think
I know he got away with fighting that way against
Blades.
Curtis the soft man Blades. Um, no, I mean, I like Curtis Blades, but he should have been taking him down.
Yeah.
Um, Derek Lewis is gonna knock his head off. He's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, Josh was almost got finished by Curtis Blades a couple times, and he almost
yeah.
finished Blades as well. The power levels are so different.
The striking, Derek Lewis is a lot more cleaner with his strikes than someone like Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades is very wrestling background, has a heavy hand, but uh, kind of in the beginning of the fight for sure. But I feel like Josh is going to have a problem there with Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
It will
I
be
hope Willis
entertaining.
does it because if he imagine the speech he's going to give at the White House if he
My
wins
balls
that
are
fight.
hot.
He's gonna moon Trump or something.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna say something politically wrong, just being there.
Um, Sean O'Malley versus, I don't even want to say his name.
Zahabi,
Zahabi.
Ayman Zahabi.
I mean,
It's it's weird. So like Ayman
the
Zahabi,
guy's 38 years old.
yeah, Ayman Zahabi, Kyle Dackhouse, Steve Garcia. I haven't just heard of these guys, which I don't view myself as a casual. I think I'm pretty up to speed with UFC, and I watch pretty much every event. Uh, even if like
There,
we've seen them fight, like why on a card this big, why aren't you getting the stars? And Conor McGregor's making his comeback fight in July. Why wasn't he on this card? Why didn't you have
yeah,
him versus Holloway on this? That would have been huge.
that would have been so cool.
Yeah,
Because right now we just got into we have two more fights left. Like,
yeah,
there's nothing that has sat there and wowed me. The only thing that I could say is Derek Lewis and Josh. Like, that's going to be like exciting. I really don't think Alex and Cyril Gahn is going to be exciting. I think Alex is going to put him away. Um, Cyril Gahn is a good striker, but I mean, Alex going up to heavyweight, dude. I uh, I just don't see Cyril Gahn beating him.
yeah.
Um, I know he has a problem with like getting taken down and stuff, but I just see Alex gonna put it on him.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm not saying that Cyril Gahn doesn't have a chance. He does, but
To me, that
I
should have been
also
the main
just
event,
yeah, I don't
just
even know
just for the
because Cyril
history
Gahn
of
is
it.
just
That's true. It is Cyril Gahn.
he's so dude, like when's the last time he's won? Like,
How many title fights has he had?
I
It's
mean, I think his last fight is where he eye poked, or no, he
yeah.
won.
No, it was a no contest because he eye poked Aspinall,
Aspinall.
right?
I would have
I don't think
loved
he's fought since
Alex.
then.
I would have loved Alex and Aspinall. Um, I would have loved Alex versus John. That would
Yeah,
have been awesome. And I really do think that that was going to happen. I think it was.
yeah,
I think that they were going to work on that, and then I think John and Dana and all that just did not work out. And Ilya Taporia and Justin Gagey, I think this fight it's such a toss up in the aspect of we could see Justin Gagey just get completely annihilated so quick,
yeah,
or it's going to be a dogfight and Gagey's going to catch him with something cool, and it's going to put Taporia a little bit on his back foot. But if Gagey's definitely the bigger fighter, but Taporia, man, I mean, coming fresh off a divorce, that has to factor in, dude.
She
Like,
took the kids, Justin.
um,
My
I would love nothing more to see Justin holding up the flag
yeah,
and his song, like, him riding off in the sunset,
yeah,
knocking out Ilya and on the White House lawn. That'd be
yeah.
so cool.
My brain says that Ilya is probably going to outbox him. The thing that always trips me up with Gaethje is when he fights, he does this. He drops his head.
Yes.
We the last few times we've watched him fight, we've pointed that out. Like he does that every
Wait,
single fight. I don't know
like
how.
against Patty, he was doing it almost where he's touching his
Yeah,
face to the mat,
I don't know
the
how
bottom,
fighters like haven't capitalized on it because it seems like if you just throw a quick little teep kick up there,
or
it
even
would
just a
catch him.
knee,
Yeah,
just something
that
coming up.
it would get him, and it wouldn't even have to be hard because he throws his head down so hard. Uh, I feel like I don't know. Ilya's a cleaner striker, but Gaethje, is basically hitting you with baseball bats for hands.
Yeah.
So my brain says Tupuria, my heart, like you just said, I want Gaethje to ride off into the sunset as champ and to be able to do that. That would just be such an American fairy tale story. It's like when Canada or when the United States beat Russia at ice hockey.
Yeah.
It would be like that level of, this is impossible. So that's
And
what I'm hoping for.
I think, some people are like, man, Taporia is just gonna just overwhelm them and it's not even be close. And this is why did they make this a fight? I'm like, guys, like Justin Gaethje has done his best work of being the person that's not um the favorite.
Yeah, to
I
say he
mean,
has no chance is crazy.
is crazy. I mean, him fighting Poirier, people were like, Poirier's got this.
Yeah,
Like,
he knocked him out.
and he knocked him out
Yeah,
clean. The only one that was like Max just outstruck him, and I think that's the fight that I look at and I go, that's why people are picking Taporia, because Taporia's boxing is so crisp,
yeah,
clean. There's no fat in his punches. He's so crisp,
yeah.
and that's the same with Max. Like Max is crisp, and Taporia knocked him out.
If
So the
if you
MMA
go back
math
and watch,
sucks.
yeah, if you go back and watch that fight with Max and Topuria, though, I had Max winning the fight. He was outboxing him, and he was landing and getting the jab off on him. But then he got caught, and then Topuria went into hunt mode and put him away. But it wasn't like Topuria was just demolishing him or
Yeah,
outclassing him in any means. I thought Holloway was damaging him for sure, and it was a really good fight until it wasn't, and he got caught. But I don't know. Like you just said, MMA math. There's no equation that works with it. It's never going to be correct. You could bet the house on a guaranteed win, and that fighter
yeah.
gets knocked out.
Yeah, I just think this fight, I'm leaning towards, if I think, like, if someone were to say if you could put $1 million down, I'd put it on Taporia to win.
Yeah,
I think he's just younger, faster. Um, he also has just the momentum right now.
yeah,
Feels like he's just, but I mean, he has taken some time off. That could affect. He hasn't been, because at that time he was being active, dude. He was knocking people out left and right. Um, but someone brought it up. I forgot. I think it was on one of Joe Rogan's podcasts. I think he talked to like John McCarthy and Josh Thompson, and they were kind of looking at Taporia, and they're like, okay, so he fights a Max Holloway that went down in weight. So he went up in weight and fought Gagey, then went down in weight. So that's tough. It's already got to lose all that weight.
yeah.
So there's already kind of not an asterisk next to that, but it's
It's
kind of like,
compromised.
it's okay. He had to go down in weight. Then you look at who did he fight after that? Oh, when he knocked out Alexander, Volkanovski.
Hmm.
Volkanovski got KO'd by
Islam.
um Islam,
Yeah.
and then took that fight on short notice.
Hmm.
So that kind of has a little bit of an asterisk. The only one that's like is Charles Oliveira, like that.
That one was clean.
And that was clean. Um, but besides that, like you look at his kind of like what he's done of recent, you kind of like, okay, two of those fighters were kind of compromised, and I'm
Yeah,
not taking anything away from Ilya, but it's kind of something to factor in. Like people want to factor the things in with Gagey, but they kind of don't want to factor it in with Ilya.
exactly. Yeah, you got to do both sides.
He has taken some time off, so like he hasn't been in there. I'm sure he's not a guy that just takes days off. I'm sure he goes, but there's something about being fight ready, and the way that Gagey fought Patty, it's like, dude, you cannot fight that way against Ilya.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't. You're gonna get caught, and it'll go night night. for sure.
Yeah, which that's what makes me nervous because that's how he fights every fight.
Yeah, and I want him to kick more because
Yeah,
he has the advantage in length too. He's a bigger fighter and he's lankier. If he can get to Ilya's legs and really put damage on those, yeah, he's gonna lose some power. Um, but hopefully Gagey kind of looks at this fight as like, dude, prepare for it like it's your last fight ever.
yeah,
You know, don't just go in there and just brawl. I don't want to see. I want to see it, but I don't want to see him. I guess it's kind of like you're gonna go out on your sword like that. But me, I look at him and I'm like, you deserve one of those fights, bro. If you have to be one of those guys that is a little bit more technical, we've seen enough of good fights of you, bro.
yeah.
Um, I know sometimes like me, Ivan, we get really frustrated when we're sitting there watching, like, why isn't this guy doing anything? It's the same thing with like Strickland. I looked at it and I was like, guys, this is
He's fighting his fight.
he's fighting his fight. We've seen him out there not fighting his fight and he lost. He went out there and he fought um
Perea.
Perea and got knocked out.
Yeah,
Then he fights Duplessis and he's kind of in a dogfight. And I think that's Duplessis' world, like a dogfight. Just and he left it up to the judges. So for me, I'm like, he fought his fight. And me with Gagey, like if I could just be in his corner, I would tell him, like, what got you here? Like, what got you here is wrestling and really good technical striking.
yeah,
That power will come, man. Just kick those legs. And if you have to find the takedowns, find the takedowns. He's a wrestling background.
yeah.
But um he's one of the fighters that I would love to see him win that title, especially on that lawn. That'd just be so
It'd
cool.
be such a cool way to retire.
Yeah.
I mean, what that's like a movie that you make.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
But alrighty, man. Well, we'll definitely probably be like maybe doing Discord for that. Or maybe you might be watching it with like Jeff and Mal or something.
Yeah, I'll
Um
let you know.
but yeah, that one should be fun. But that was a fun pod, man. I really enjoyed it. And hopefully you enjoyed it too.
I always do.
Yeah, it was good talking. And anything to shout out to or
Uh, Micah is pregnant with our second. So, I'd appreciate prayers for that. We found out it's a boy. So, just keeping Micah in her prayers and keeping the little baby boy in your prayers, make sure everything goes well.
yeah,
That's good.
very excited for you guys. And um I know when you told me, man, I was like, man, it's awesome. Very happy for your guys' little family here and what you guys are building over there in Texas. And truly happy for you. The selfish part of me is like, man, I wish I could see him, more, but I'm just truly happy for you guys. And you guys got both of your families there and everything seems to be going swell. And that's just awesome,
Yeah.
Um,
Appreciate it, man. Love you.
yeah, love you too. Shout out. Um, I guess one thing I'll say is it's not much of a shout out, but it's more just self confidence. I know there's a lot of people out there that lack it. I know me, I lack it sometimes. And the biggest thing that I could just say to those people is find something because someone asked me recently, like, how do I build like self confidence and build that? I'm struggling with it. And I'm like, you just got to find something that you love and something that you want to do. And you set these little goals for yourself. And when you accomplish those goals, you're going to see what you made and what you built. If it's reading more books, read more books. Then when you're finally sitting there talking to someone and they're like, hey, so what'd you do this weekend? And they're like, I just actually finished my 8th book. And then you start to like think like, man, I should be confident in myself. I just did something that I thought I probably wasn't going to be able to do. Um, so all those people out there struggling with self-confidence or don't feel like they're worth it, um, just keep pushing forward, man. Just keep doing your thing and ask for help, man. I know Cole's one of the people, like when I was struggling in certain things, I he's someone that constantly ask, like, "Hey, pray for me, man. I'm struggling with this." And he does it vice versa, like, "Hey, I need help with this," or um, so just seek those people out that love you and try to get that confidence back. We all have it in us. We just got to find it. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah. So shout out to everybody, man. Thanks for listening. Please go back and watch old episodes. Like and subscribe. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Um, I think that's it. No, Spotify, Apple, all that. I was about to say like Tumblr. No, I'm not on there. Um, no, it goes a long way to like and subscribe. It goes a long way just to watch, to repost things. Like, man, that when I see like someone repost something like a clip of mine, like that, it's huge. It's huge. So, um, comments too. I invite them, but some people are savages on TikTok. I get like, dude, some of the comments on TikTok, man. I'm like, you're an idiot. Do you even think about what you're saying? You're like, shoot, I can't be looking at the comments too much. Um, Try not to respond. I just like them and I'm nice. Thanks for commenting. Straight trolls on there. Um, all right, man. Well, thanks for coming on and everybody, peace out.
Have a good one, guys.